Well, you have. Aren't you living that right now?
I am living that right now.
I mean, he's looking at 14. You just bought 12.
Yeah.
So what are you doing?
So what I did, so on the day of the property, I wrote a letter, just kind of saying I'm the new site manager. I got a template online, and which I'll put a link to that in this show notes for Kyle and for anyone else that wants to use it. But very basic template, just says, I'm Theo, the new site manager. Your lease and everything else will stay the same. The only thing that will change is how we're going to collect rent, which we'll outline below. Here's my contact information. Boom, and then I say for rent payments, our preferred method of collecting rent is online through cozy.co. Can you please send me an email by this date so that I can set up an account for you? If you do not want to pay online or unable to pay online, please call me so that we can set up another form of payment. And then I went into how you do maintenance requests and a couple other miscellaneous items. And I didn't hear back from. I think I heard back from 11 by Tuesday, which was the day that I wanted them to respond by. So I gave them Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. And then I don't. Marcelo said this was stupid of me to do, but I did it anyway. So I was doing it for the actually residents' benefit because I didn't want them to have any late fees or anything, and I wanted to have everything set up a week before it was actually due. So the people that didn't respond, I put another note on there, a lot shorter, and it just said, I put a note on your door on this day to have you send me information by Tuesday. I haven't heard back from you yet. Can you please email me or call me immediately so we can set up your rent so you don't have to pay any late fees? And I put that on all their doors. I wrote immediate action required on there. And I didn't really think about it because I'm like a very blunt and straight to the point person. So like my intentions weren't like to say, if you don't pay me up, I'm going to give you a late fee. But I had one resident, so this is a mistake, one resident called me up last night and leave like a really long voicemail claiming that I threatened her and how she didn't. I mean, most of it was her kind of just talking about, I work 12-hour days and this is my life and things like that, which is fair enough, it's fine. But my recommendation, I guess, for others is to maybe make sure you word your letters from the perspective of the tenant and not from your perspective, and think how they are going to perceive what you're actually writing to them. That's just, I guess, an overall idea. But I've got about half the people signed online because they said that they would do it. Whereas before, obviously, they were all paying through check, through money order. And the other half are going to pay through check. And I went to the post office instead of a P.O. box because I don't want them mailing it to my house. And so I gave them the P.O. box address, and one half will pay online, the other half will pay through the P.O. box, and then as we bring in new tenants, there's going to be a requirement that they do the cozy.co. Because we can't force the existing tenants to do really. I mean, because in the lease, their leases doesn't say that. And so, again, I guess succinctly, cozy.co will allow you to do automated rent payments where they can use a credit card, a debit card, or a bank account. And then for people that don't have emails or don't have the internet, I would just I create a P.O. box at your local post office, and then have them send their rent checks there.
And in addition to that mailing process, have them have a receipt at the post office that it was mailed that way, and have them send that to you every month via text or email. Well, I don't know if they have email, who knows, but they have a phone, I would think, so via text, if you want to get in the weeds. Like this, which if I had 12 units, I probably would, just to make sure things are set up, and then maybe later don't have them text you, but have them do a receipt that shows they mailed it to the P.O. box, which literally, if it's the post office next door, or if it's the post office near them, they're literally just handing it to them, and that person's just walking around the corner and inserting it in the post.
Actually, I should have done that. I should have set the P.O. box up right next to the apartment.
Yeah,
the building, because then they would have just probably gone to that actual place. Because I didn't mind, then just right around the corner of me. Yeah. Something else that I was thinking of too that's smart, because I was trying to figure out what we were going to do. Because with online, we'll know when they submitted it, but in the lease it says that it needs to be dated. The check needs to be dated by the 3rd, because in the lease they have until the 3rd to pay the rent. And I was wondering if someone could just go in there on the 5th and just write the 3rd and then submit the check, and we'd have no idea. But if you do it through what you just said, if we have them do a receipt, then it'll say the date on the receipt. And so I think if we start having issues with late rent this month, well, that's exactly what we're going to do. Yeah. We're going to do the receipts.
Yeah, or not receiving it at all. It got lost in the mail.
You get lost in the mail, yeah.
Right, that's another.